All right, where's your phone?
You're gonna sit by me. You're gonna sit by me. Yeah. You'll like you might use it more fill out. Penny, are they gonna be messaging you on Facebook?
I don't know. I was assuming they all have Callie's phone. None of them have mine.
What?
Hey, see y'all. Hey, y'all had a good time this morning. Yeah. He told me.
We did.
I asked you. They said y'all had a great time.
Yes, we ate a lot.
Just a minute, and we'll be right there. Just a minute.
What they feed you over the Bunny Life? Or?
They fed us by Mongolia Grill.
Oh yeah, Magnolia Grill.
Yeah.
Yes, right there on the river.
Hello. I don't know you.
I know.
How are you?
I'm good. Tanya Richards.
Tanya, nice to meet you. I'm Trent. Israel.
Yes.
Noah and Rodolfo.
Hey, Tanya Richards.
And you are?
I'm Chelsea.
Her daughter Chelsea. Good to meet you. And you are?
When you came
Caitlin. Nice to meet you.
Oh yeah.
What, are you serious?
You're on camera. Yeah, we got to do live feed.
Why?
Wave, Rodolfo.
For the meeting?
Yeah, because these people, we tried FaceTiming, and it was bad. Hey, by the way,
Stream it up there and make everybody really uncomfortable.
yeah, we can not do that. If you will, get right here. I'm going to help out. For real.
Can I get a screen? Like, can I see the people that we're talking to?
No, you can't. We're not that high tech. All right, awesome.
Who are you? Rebecca. Good to meet you, Rebecca.
Hey, if the sound isn't working good, let us know so we can get it fixed. Awesome. Call your phone?
My name's Trent, Rebecca.
Do what?
I'll get on the Facebook.
Dude,
group.
this is
You're probably gonna need to like.
They can figure it out.
Paige has to go back and watch it later, so I don't know who would let me know.
Oh, awesome. Well, praise God. We're gonna hook up another microphone then.
Hello.
What about the court thing?
Yes, that's what he's gonna get.
Do what?
There's one behind you, like talking about Callie's thing.
Should I use that one?
Well, I think he's gonna get you one with hands on. Hands free, man.
All right, laddies. Hope you enjoy this. Sit down. I'm gonna pretend. Don't
We
do
got a new cameraman. This is all right.
Dude, I love doing camera.
Y'all does?
Sit down. I love witnessing. Oh, this is cool. Hold your iPod there.
There you go.
Hey.
Look at it, Elijah. Look at it.
It's working, huh? Yeah.
Hey, for the camera's sake, can I get everybody on this side? Totally swap.
Elijah, we're not going over here.
Do the camera. Do the camera.
No
Do the
problem.
camera.
Test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. All right.
Thank you guys for coming. Very much. Thank you guys for coming. Awesome. And excited. Who's excited about Iquitos in June? Hey! Yay! The Iquitos crew don't get to holler. If you live there, you can't shout. That's dirty. But awesome. But so anyway, if you're live stream and you have any questions that we don't cover, please just follow up with us or realize there's probably about a 10 to 20-second delay in what you're receiving and what we're doing. So, but we do have your list of questions that you put on Facebook, and if you continue to put more there, real quick, we'll also try to follow up on that. But we're going to leave it with Trent for the next however long you go.
Amen. All right. Well, so I have my list here. My name's Trent. In case you didn't meet me, but like when you come to Peru, don't say Trent because no one knows me as Trent. They only know me as Matthias. Okay. Because they can't say Trent, and so they say Matthias. That's my name down there. So you can call me Matthias here, or you can call me Trent. But when you're there, it's Matthias. So, my son Noah, you guys can't see, sorry, but he's handsome. My firstborn son Noah, Then Israel is my second-born, and my third-born son is Rodolfo. I have a list of 10 questions here, and I'll answer them. And in the midst of them, please interrupt if I'm not clear, or if you have specifics according to that question. And so the first question is, what do we wear? Clothing. We like clothing, okay? Some of the people in the jungle don't wear much, but we like to wear clothing. So what I ask you to wear for clothing is for in church, just wear, for women, just if you can wear like dress pants or even like a skirt. Doesn't have to be a real long skirt or anything like that. Doesn't have to be flowing. And you can wear nice pants. Short shorts are just not cool, okay? And so just try to keep something somewhat dressy, but not like super dressy, okay? They're pants, then they're nice, that's fine. Guys, pants and some kind of a shirt. What? No muscle shirts in church. What? Yep, jeans are fine as long as they're nice and not, that's fine. Right. And so just for church, something like that. Casual. When we go out when we do ministry in the evenings, you're gonna need tennis shoes, because sometimes the places that we'll be going to it's gonna be muddy. There'll be some rain, and so you want it like flip flops. It's nice and warm, but you'll get like mud between your toes and stuff like that. Flip flops are good for some activities, but tennis shoes are good for most every activity. Okay, does that make sense? Don't be wearing high heels. You're gonna fall and break your neck. So I know I had to stop wearing them too, and it just. But it's all for the cross. So, just the main thing with women is be modest. We don't want you to be a stumbling block. We work with young men that are coming off the life of the street and struggle with different things, and we don't need. What I tell our missionaries before they come down to the groups, I'm like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. Okay, I just don't want to see it, and I don't want anybody else to see it. But I don't want you wearing a turtleneck. It's not that. But just be modest in what you're wearing, okay? That's basically it for clothing. You're going to want to wear things that breathe, like good cotton things that just breathe, rather than wearing spandex or lycra blend things. You're just going to sweat to death, okay? The climate is, like when it gets really hot here, it's just the similar there. I mean, all year round, we're doing like 85 to 105, and just we're 3 degrees below the equator, and so it's just humid. And so you guys deal with that a lot too, but you don't go in and out of air conditioning down there. It's just, boom, this is life, okay? We sweat a lot. So things that breathe real well, okay? Does that make sense for clothing? Okay, any questions on clothing?
How many church services should we plan on?
I would bring one or two. But again, the church, I don't want you stressing, like I don't see anybody not appropriate for church, like what they're wearing here. Did you turn me off? Bah. Okay. Okay. I don't see anybody that's not appropriate here. So you don't stress about that. We just have some groups that come in and they're wearing their tank top or the basketball shirts that are cut way down to here and with the sports bra and the short shorts, and it's just like, no, I don't want our guys being a distraction. It's not that you can't receive from God, and it's not that one thing's holy and one thing's not. It's just we want to respect our guys that we're ministering to. Okay, that makes sense. Perfect. Yep. I'm all about repeating. I have 7 kids. So I repeat everything. Does that answer questions about? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, shorts. Just don't keep them like the short shorts. You're like, because I say that I'd be like, don't wear short shorts, and the ladies are like coming, are these okay? And I'm like, what? I'm like a little bit lower, and they're trying to pull down, and then we have things going on here. It's just a mess. Just keep it, just keep it. What? Yeah, totally.
Just letting you know, the people are having some trouble hearing, so I cranked you way up in the mic on camera, but you're not on out here, so don't just keep acting faking it.
Okay, great, perfect. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you have shorts like mid-thigh or something like that, that's completely fine. Okay. because we're going to be doing a lot of activities in the cities, and you're not going to be wearing one. You're not going to want to wear jeans. Does that make sense? Okay. Any other questions for clothing? Just keep it cool. Okay. When we're down there, you may or may not have an opportunity to actually wash them. Probably not. And so, things that dry out really quick and stuff like that are nice. Because it rains, you sweat, and it's just the way it is. Okay? Any clothes that you want at the end of the trip, you can donate as well. You can leave down there. That's not a problem. We'll wash them and, all that. So, okay? Good? All right. Number 2 question is weather. Yes, we have weather. And it is, like I kind of touched on a little bit, it's warm. It's real hot. The mornings and the evenings can be cool, but when I say cool, it's like 75 to 70. We're like, we'll get chilled. The people that live down there, we put like sweatshirts on, stuff like that. You guys will not do that. But, you're going to stay pretty much T-shirts and shorts the whole time. You're going to be most comfortable. It does rain a lot. You can choose to bring like a poncho if you want, but really, just rain, then a little bit later the sun comes out and you'll be dry again anyways. We live that way. So it's up to you on that. One thing that I'm going to add to this that's not on for the weather or clothing is bug spray. You want to bring bug spray. Bring bug spray and suntan lotion. Okay, if you're fair-skinned, like I said, you're all down here in the south, but it's not the same as the sun by the equator. Okay, and so it's going to be stronger. The bugs are like bigger than planes, and you just you just want to make sure you don't get bit up by the bugs. Okay, so that's something you want to have on your list. Okay. Number 3 is said dress. Does that mean like long dress? Perfect. Okay. Lance, you can wear a dress if you want. Okay. Where you'll be staying. You'll be staying right there in the mission where we live. On the mission, we have about 3 or 4 houses encompassing like a 15-foot wall that surrounds us. And it's where our mission offices are. It's where we all live. And so, you'll be staying in like 3 or 4 different bedrooms, depending on how many people are the total group. Okay. I can't guarantee that husband and wives will necessarily stay together. If we can, if it's possible, we will. But, like you guys, because you'll have the baby, probably yes. But I can't guarantee after that, okay? So just be prepared for that you might have to just do the high five with your spouse, okay? Okay? But you'll have beds and you'll have showers. The showers are cold. We don't have hot water, okay? But it feels good when you're dying of heat. You're like, So, we'll be eating right there in the mission as well. It's a very family-orientated community feeling, okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Are you okay? You can do 2 high fives if that works better for you. The cold showers, right. But they really, they feel different here than they do there. There, they're like refreshing. Here, it's like, because, you got to understand, the sun is up at 5:30 in the morning, and you are baking by 8 in the morning. You're like hot. And so, hi. So it's very refreshing. So, what will we be doing is question number 5. We're going to be doing a lot of things, and I probably want to spend more time on this question. In our ministry, we have a wide range. We do children ministry. We do youth ministry. We do street ministries where we work with drug addicts, prostitutes, and thieves. We do we feed on the streets. We go to the hospitals. We go to the prisons. We do a lot of different things. One thing is it's kind of helpful me to get to know some of you guys and to plan the trip, because I want to plan the trip for what you guys' passions and heart is and what your giftings are. So there's going to be like a normal day, which is never going to be normal, but we'll get up. You'll begin up like at 7 in the morning, okay? You'll have a little group devotion, okay? Then we'll meet around 8 o'clock for breakfast, okay? Eat breakfast. After breakfast, we'll kind of go over, okay, during breakfast, I'll be like, okay, this is what we're doing today, and I'll go through what the schedule is. You'll have a little insight the night before, but I'll kind of go through again that morning. And so sometimes we'll be doing some work projects around the mission, around the house that we're building. Sometimes I'll be sending some of you girls and ladies to our women's home that has women and children, and you'll hang out with them. You'll do some crafts, you'll paint some nails. You'll do girl things, okay? And Rodolfo leads that. And some of us guys will do some work stuff with some of the guys from our safe house. The main thing is that you will always be working alongside of our safe house and our Jessica house people. The people that we are pouring our lives into, you get to pour your lives into them as well. And they will pour their lives into you. And you will be equally blessed as they are. And so you'll get to see the testimony of God and what God is moving to their life. They'll get to see your testimony. Iron sharpens iron. The body increases, the kingdom comes. That makes sense? So any of these things, you're not like going out as a group of Americans. We're going to go out. We always mix you with the Peruvians that we work with. Okay? And that's important because what happens is when we go out in the streets, they're not going, oh, look, there's a bunch of privileged Americans here telling us how God loves us. They don't understand us. But when those privileged Americans are mixed with these guys from the street and they're one family, it's received very differently in the ministry. Like we'll be out in the streets with the guys and they'll be like, oh, you know this person, you know Juanito that's on the street and you're working with him and oh, you must be good. And it just opens up the hearts and the doors and it's very effective ministry. Okay? So any of the schedule, you'll be working with our guys. So during the morning we'll have some different projects. We'll come back for lunch at the middle of the day. And then we have a siesta, okay? We always have a siesta because the sun is the hottest from noon to 3. And so we just we eat lunch, and then about 2, we take a nap until about 3:30, then we get up. Then we'll do some children's ministry. We'll go to some of the poorest areas. I love siesta. Mess with my siesta, it's bad. 3:30, you'll see the timing on it's Facebook, coffee. So it is the way it works, clockwork, you know. And so in the late afternoon, we'll go do some children's ministry. We go into some hard areas. We go garbage dumps, different areas, and we just love on the kids. We do some activities. And if you guys want to plan some of those activities, you can bring toys. You can bring face painting stuff. You can bring balloons to make balloon animals. You can, if you want to dress up as a clown, you can do that. Like if you guys have some ideas, I want you to just run with it, pray, get the creativity of God, get the plan, and then we'll just utilize it when you're down there. Okay? So then after the ministry in the afternoon, we'll come back, we'll eat supper. Then we do more evening ministry. Sometimes there might be a service that we go to where you'll be able to share a message if that's your capacity. I want you all to be ready with a testimony, you know. And when you do your testimony, make sure it's only about 5 minutes, okay? Because some of us, when I do a testimony, I'll be like, and when I was a little kid, I was in my room and I had pink sheets and a blue bear, and it was scary, and it's like, you know, really dragged up. You got to keep it precise, give details of where you were and where God has brought you. We don't want to give it to be like, and then the devil did this, and the devil did that, and then I knew Jesus, and that's good. You know, it's like, we don't want to give glory to the enemy, but we want to give a before and after, okay? Also, be very careful about your examples when you do your testimony of, like, you don't want to be like, I was riding on my riding lawnmower, and then I went and played baseball, and then all those are examples that Peruvians aren't going to understand what a riding lawnmower is or what baseball is. You know, I had a snow fight, and I did, you know, and then I went to the mall, and then they're going to be like, what? You got to be careful of those things. You know, when I went to school, my friends made me do wrong things. I ended up with bad friends, and I made wrong decisions, and I did this, you know. Keep them in general, okay? Because that helps the translating, okay? When you have a testimony that's 5 minutes, it's going to be translated. That's 10 minutes. So if you add 7 minutes, and you're like, it's just, people are short, like their attention span are short. And so you want to be to the point, okay? And as I get to know you, I'm going to know some of your testimonies. And I'm going to say, like, we're going to this area, and you know what? Your testimony is going to be really good tonight. And I'm going to suggest it to Pastor Danny and, you know, see if we can do it that way. But, you know, otherwise, other times it's going to be like, hey, I need 2 testimonies tonight, and you just have to just be praying through the day and just be getting ready. Does that make sense? So a lot of times that'll be, if we do services, that'll be what'll happen is we'll have someone sharing a small message. A couple of you will be maybe sharing testimony. If you guys have any kind of dramas, if you want to get dramas ready or think of some dramas, that's great. Otherwise, when you get down there, we will just put you into our dramas. and we do just the Peruvians and the Americans together, like the Lifehouse drama. There's just several that are just staple dramas that we do. And that what we do is we just practice down there together. Again, we try to do that to be effective to reaching the Peruvians. Okay? So, but if you have one, great. Bring it down and teach us, and we'll just join in or whatever, however that works. Okay? A lot of times we'll be going out and doing late night ministry, and so we'll be going into some areas that, yes, they're dangerous, but I take my little kids in because we have a respect and a rapport there. And so there are going to be sometimes I'm going to be like, well, we're going to go visit the drug addicts or the prostitutes. And if you're like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with that. That's not my thing. I'm not ready for that. I respect that, okay? You have to be honest where you're at. My job is to, push you past your limits and see God explode in you. But we also have, I respect boundaries as well, okay? And so remember that. Sometimes some of the things we'll be doing with the prostitutes will be like, hey, we're going to take some coffee out, and we're going to give coffee to the Johns, the men that are shopping for prostitutes. We're just going to go hang out with the men. We take a group of men, we give them coffee, we just talk to them, we just encourage them in the Lord, and we just bless them, and that's fine. And then the girls can maybe go to the prostitutes and give them some hand lotions and some little smelly stuff and bless them, be like, God loves you. You're a princess of the Most High. You know what I mean? Sometimes you ladies might do some painting of it, do some pedicures for the prostitutes. Rudolph will help. So does that make sense? It isn't only that, but that's some of the stuff we're going to do. Sometimes we'll be getting up really early in the morning, 5 in the morning, and going down to the poor areas and just feeding bread and eggs and stuff like that to the street children. And we'll just love on them, and we'll sing, and we'll worship with them, give some bread, and just invest in them, okay? What you guys are doing is I'm not putting a show on for you. I'm not taking you down there and putting you on like a mission tour. This is stuff that we do every single week, and we are continuously building up. We're building up the relationships, and you are coming down to help us continue to build up the relationships. In some of these areas, no other Americans go in because they're not even welcome. But with Pastor Matias, they're welcome. With Pastor Rodolfo, they're welcome because we have a rapport on the streets. Because they know that we're there because we love them. Does that make sense? Questions about maybe some of the things we're going to do, just for clarifications. Do you have anything? Do what? Soon. No other questions? You can follow up with questions later too. What to pack? Okay. What airline are you guys all flying down on? Okay, but what are you flying down? Okay, so I don't know what the luggage things are. I'm not sure what the luggage requirements are, but okay. Is it 2? 2 suitcases, only 1? Okay. All right. Right. Peruvian airline will let you have 2, but either of the other ones. What you want to? I need you to bring your toiletries. Okay. Bring them in the small containers. Some of you guys have flown before, but you want to keep that stuff in your checked luggage because they get really paranoid if there's too much fluids and liquids in your carry-ons. We need you to be ready to donate a twin set of sheets, like a fitted and a flat sheet, okay, to leave down. So you're going to bring them, you're going to sleep on them, and then you're going to leave it. And what those go to our men's home or the women's home or for the children, okay? And so they don't have to be matching. They don't have to be perfect. They whatever works. Strawberry shortcake or Smurfs is great. Okay. So a towel, you don't have to leave that to donate or anything, but you're going to need a towel. Okay. You're going to make sure that you bring appropriate footwear and your clothing and things like that. As far as extra stuff, if you decide that you want to bring like maybe some of you have a job and they donate toothbrushes or they donate things like that. I mean, like little things or personal care items. One thing that we need a lot of is like these just personal toiletry items for like these prostitutes or just little perfumes or gels or things like that that are cute. Those things are great because that kind of just gives us something because no one goes in and just gives prostitutes anything without expecting something in return. And we're just going in there to give them something and to love on them and tell them you're beautiful. You're made in the image of God. So those things are helpful. If you want to bring a pillow, we are a little short on pillows at the mission, so if you want to bring one, we do have several. Otherwise, you can use your towel and you can fold that up under there. Pillows are a little bulky, but it's just if you wish. Sometimes people like when they're traveling on a plane to have pillows, okay? Like I mentioned, a poncho or something if you want, or a small umbrella, that would work too. There is going to be some rain, but it's not necessary, okay? Flip-flops you can wear, shoes you can wear, you know, light footwear. Baseball caps are good, or some kind of a hat, because the sun is really bright, okay? And so it's sometimes helpful to have that, or sunglasses, okay? One thing that's a necessary item is a water bottle. Invest in a good water bottle, or get a water bottle from Walmart, because you guys, you're going to be sweating and perspiring so much. We need to be forcing fluid. And at the mission, there will always be fresh supply of clean drinking water, okay? And when we go out, we'll make sure that we always have availability of that as well. So a water bottle's real important, okay? Can you think of anything else, Noah? For snacks are good. We do feed you, but maybe you're gonna want something from home a little bit. You can bring snacks, okay? If you guys decide to bring, like, hey, someone gave me $200 and I'm gonna go buy some T-shirts, okay? Because we always need size small T-shirts and size small shorts for our guys, okay? But if you bring anything new down, make sure you pull the labels off. Because sometimes when you go through customs, they'll open it up, be like, oh, you're bringing merchandise into the country. So if you pull the labels off, like the tags off, the new tags, they won't even say anything about it, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, any questions about what to bring? Okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about vaccinations, okay? It is not required that you have vaccinations coming into Peru, okay? Now, there are some things that, if you go on the Centers for Disease Control on the website, they're going to suggest you getting different shots, yellow fever, they're going to suggest hepatitis A and B, they're going to suggest typhoid, they're going to suggest a booster shot, they're going to suggest malaria, all those things. And so all those things are really expensive, okay? If you have health insurance and it's going to cover it, that's great, and that's what you want to do it. We had our younger kids didn't have any shots, okay? Didn't have anything going down Peru, and you guys are not going to be out in the jungle a lot. But you got to do kind of where your faith is and stuff like that. You got to educate yourself and decide this is what I need to do. Okay, I've also been in the hospital for 2 weeks with malaria, okay, almost dying. And so I've never ever taken medicine going out into the jungle. And then I went out for 4 years, and one time I got it. You know, that's the end of the 4 years, you know. So will I take malaria medicine next time I go out the jungle? Yeah, probably. But will I continue? Probably not. You know, it's the way it is. And so for you, we're not going to be spending a lot. We're going to be in a jungle city where they spray a large amount for mosquitoes and stuff like that. The risk is down. It's never 100%. When you go to a tropical environment, it's never 100%. To be honest with you. However, you're not going to be exposed to that as much, okay? And if you use good amount of bug spray, you should be fine, okay? There is malaria pills that you can purchase here. I don't know what the cost is. You have to talk to your doctor. We also have them available in Peru, and they're much cheaper. I can't give you a cost on that, but I'm talking like less than $15, okay? Does that make sense for medicines, vaccinations? Okay? Most of what's going to keep you healthy while you're in Peru is washing your hands. You know, washing your hands consistently. You know, because you're going to be shaking hands, you're going to be touching things like that. Lots of bacteria down there. Just wash your hands. And I'm a Nazi, so I'll be like, wash your hand, Nazi. I'll be like, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Did you wash your hands? Did you drink? Did you wash your hands? Did you drink? You know, things like that. Okay? Does that make sense? Any questions about that? Israel, do you have a question? All right. Can we go to orphanage? The orphanage. We're going to see about going to the orphanage. They sometimes have a standard of you can only come in the orphanage if you bring this amount of donations. And then some of those donations don't go to the children. And so, but we're working on a relationship with them, and so I will kind of keep you guys posted on if we can get in there. I'm pretty sure we can. I'll just have to figure out what that looks like, okay? So I will be letting you know what that is and what kind of donations we would have to bring to get in there. All right? Can we bring things to help? Toys, clothes? Yes, I kind of touched on that. Let the Holy Spirit lead you. If you have questions, look me up on Facebook. Ask questions. Become friends with me and be like, hey, I want to bring this. Know that on the base, we have both 220 electricity, which is foreign electricity, and then we have 110, which is what we use here. And so I will explain to you what we have, but you don't have to bring converters or anything like that. We have both outlets available on the mission, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. That make sense? Okay. Smile, smile. Yes, it does. Okay. Wi-Fi. We do have Wi-Fi, and you can bring like your mobile devices, but if you are constantly on your mobile device, I will be like, you're not down there to post on Facebook. You're not down there to be surfing the web, okay? In our Wi-Fi down there is so weak. Our internet is so weak, and so we're using it for business on the mission, and then everybody has all their devices hooked up to it, and we can't send an email. It really is counterproductive for us, okay? So what we like to be able to do is if you need to post something or send an email, go ahead, be like, hey, can I get on the Wi-Fi? And can I just do that? Yep, okay. And then get off of it. Don't sit on there all the time. Our Wi-Fi works at night. We've had groups that got the code, and I'm sitting down after running all day with the group, sitting down, I have 2 or 3 hours of internet and I'm sending messages out and doing emails, and I can't send anything off because people are sitting up in their room, our guests, who have the luxury of internet all the time, using my internet. So it's not a luxury for us. We get real excited when we have internet, okay? And so it isn't something that I want you guys just to be sitting there passing time on, okay? You guys are raising a lot of money to go on this trip, and it's not to sit in Twitter, So does that make sense? There is a phone we can call as well. You can go and we can get a calling card if you have to call back home. I will be giving you a number like an emergency number, and so family can reach us down there readily. And we really have a very easy way of communicating with people and stuff like that. And so I'll give you a number about a week and a half or 2 weeks before you come down that family can text. And so maybe pastor will have it or something like that, and that little phone, and we'll be able to communicate if there's a problem. You'll be able to send a message back, things like that. If you have to call to check on the kids, I understand that. I don't have a problem with people calling to check on their kids. I have a problem when people are checking on their date or what they're going to eat when they get back and stuff like that. Okay? I've seen it. So as far as iPhones, do they work? I think that, did you mean on Wi-Fi? Yeah. No, Verizon. Yeah, most things are a no. I think AT&T might, but the charges are really horrible. So you're going to pay for it. Okay. That's all the questions I have on this list. Yes, ma'am. Okay, we have electric fans, yes. Each room has at least one fan in it, and so, sometimes people bring these little personal fans. You get them from Walmart really cheap. That's fine. Go ahead and bring them. Donate them, even better. Seriously, because we can't buy those down there at that price. I mean, they're more expensive down there. So, so there'll be probably a ceiling fan in the room, and then oscillating, a turning fan. Yeah, by the time you leave, yeah, do. Okay, that's a good question. Any other ones, guys? It's hit and miss. Okay. When you're coming to Lima, sometimes they're just gonna run everything through an X-ray. Just pack inconspicuous, and what I mean by that is like one group, they brought on a whole bunch of shoes because that's something that we always need is shoes, size 8.5 to 10. We always need those kind of shoes because I have 50 to 60 people that I have to clothe and shoe and medical and toothbrush on a daily basis. And so those things are helpful, but they put a whole suitcase full of shoes. Well, that's going to be whoa, You're bringing in American shoes down here to sell. You know, put them out throughout all the luggage. Don't put one suitcase full of one thing. Okay, that'll help. So they might go through. They're really what they're looking for is: are you bringing in a lot of electronics? Like, are you bringing 3 or 4 laptops in? Are you bringing down all this stuff with new price tags on? Things like that's what they're looking for is people that are bringing in stuff to sell in Peru. Okay, so just keep things spread out. If someone gives you, people bring down MP3 players to donate sometimes because we load up scripture on it for some of our guys that can't read. And so, but like they have 5 MP3, just scatter them about in the luggage. And this, have one person have this one, just don't keep them all together, and it won't be a problem. Okay? Any other questions? You need coffee. You don't like coffee? Are you serious? We'll pray for you. We'll pray for you, Father. The really important thing is just that you guys have an open heart to serve, and that you're not coming down there to look down on the Peruvian people and like we have something to offer you. Have the attitude of like I have a heart to serve you, and they have a heart to serve you. Like, and just we're gonna work as a family down there. Okay. Her question, sorry, was what about customs? And that was what I had said, that not to keep, the customs isn't difficult, and sometimes they'll flag you through. Sometimes they will stop and open up your suitcase and just look through. And they're looking for more of repeated items, like 25 brand new shirts with labels on it, or a bunch of shoes, or electronics, or something like that. And what I'm saying is that if you come down, disperse your stuff amongst the other suitcases so it's not a large quantity of a particular item. Yeah, for giving away or something like that. So yeah. If customs say, where are you going? You say Iquitos, Peru. Well, what are you doing there? We're volunteering with an NGO. Okay? And that's all they're going to ask, an NGO or a ministry. Okay? All right. Some other questions, you guys? Whoop. There's a beep. There's a beep.
I'll ask, as far as like suitcase size, I know that the airlines have a limit, but do y'all have a limit on how big they can be as far as storing them while we're there at the mission?
No.
Like able to fit under suitcases?
No. The question is suitcase size, are we limited in space or at the mission, apart from the regulations of the airlines? No, we have lots of space. We have a lot of space, and so sometimes you'll have your suitcase on the table in your room, or you'll have it on the floor, and I mean, we have room, so that's not a problem. Okay. Any other questions you can think of?
They asked, do you have a most needed item?
Most needed item. Yeah. Let me think. Hey, princess. Let me I can give you kind of a list of what that is in case you can get some donated items. What we appreciate a lot, like I said, is the clothing, men's or women's small clothing, and you can't go into they have to be small. Peruvian, like Rodolfo, stand up. Come here, Rodolfo. No. Okay. Rodolfo is a big Peruvian. Okay. He wears size medium clothes. Most all wear size small. Okay? And most guys in our safe house wear small, or like